Recapping Rutgers, I'll say this again, that this is, if you were a college football fan, it was a great game to watch. If you had a vested interest in it. On the South Florida side, it was a very difficult game to watch. I keep using the word frustrating because we seem like we're so close, but yet we just can't get over that hump. We're right there. There's 7 minutes to go. It's 17-3. You're feeling pretty good about it. And you end up finding a way to lose the game. It was frustrating. Really impressed with the way we played defensively. I think it was probably one of our best games defensively, really, when you take outside of the 2 opportunities to make an interception and the 2-minute drive. I think it's probably about as well as we have played a defensive football game really since I've been here. You give up -7 yards rushing. I thought some guys just had some outstanding performances. I love the energy, the passion, the excitement that our defense played with, the way we gang tackled, ran to the ball. There was a number of times there was a pile of white jerseys around the ball, guys flying over the top. I just was really excited about the way we played defensively. I thought we played an outstanding game defensively, and offensively for going up against a team that was, as I talked about last week, they were top 2 in almost every statistical category in the league going into it, and to rush for 221 yards and to control the ball the way that we did against a blitzing style defensive football team. I thought we played a very solid game from an offensive standpoint. One of the things we wanted to do was control the ball and not get into a lot of turnovers, a lot of 3 and outs and those type of things. We put some good drives together. We're able to move the ball and change the field position a little bit. And I thought offensively we did an awful lot of good things. Penalties weren't an issue. We got a lot of those things corrected. Unfortunately, special teams were poor. Special teams were poor, and it's unfortunate because we spend as much time here on special teams as anywhere I've ever been. We probably spend almost an hour a day of our time with meetings and practice time on special teams, and to go out and make some of the mistakes that we made in special teams are they're unexcusable. To go out there and make some of the mistakes that we made with everything riding on a football game like that, in a close game, riding on the big chunks of field position that exchange in special teams. To do what we did was unfortunate because it took away some great individual efforts by a lot of members of this football team on offense and defense. If you look at it, we turned over the ball on about the 10-yard line. Fortunately, our defense only gave up a field goal in that situation. We gave up a touchdown for 7 points. We only averaged 30 yards a punt with 9 punts. That's not, we lost a lot of yardage in the field position battle with our punting game. And we missed 2 field goals, especially the last one on the 10-yard line, right in the middle of the goalpost, with the opportunity to win the game. It's just unfortunate with the way our special teams play, because so many guys did play just incredible games. They played their attitude, the way they competed, their energy, their confidence, which everybody right now would think would be broken losing 3 conference games. But I thought they went out and they played the game with passion, excitement, and energy, and even confidence playing on the road. I was really proud of the way the team competed. We just made too many mistakes. Injury-wise, Armando Sanchez right now is out with an ankle. Don't know whether or not he'd be questionable for this week. And Darrell Scott right now with his wrist and his head. We just don't know how that's going to go. With all the testing, he'll be held today, and we'll just have to see as that progresses along the week on whether or not he's going to have the opportunity to play this weekend. But Bravo Brown should be back to full strength this week, and Rashard Clapp we will get back. There's still a number of guys that are out that we're having to overcome, but we are starting to get some guys back, with an A.J. Love coming back last week and playing about 38 plays, and Bravo Brown doing some really good things for us. So we get on to Syracuse on a short week. This has made the turnaround extremely difficult, coming off a very painful loss on the road and having to get back to work yesterday on Syracuse, and now today we're going to go out, kind of break our traditional routine, which is normally Monday off. We will practice today. We'll meet at 2:30. I think we practice about 4 o'clock. We'll be done at 5:15. Kind of get a quick workout in, because we have a bunch of guys with 6 o'clock classes tonight that we got to get them off the field so they can eat and get to class for this evening. Then we'll practice tomorrow. We'll practice on Tuesday. We'll practice on Wednesday. We'll travel on Thursday, and we'll play the game on Friday. So short week for what will be a great challenge for us, playing Syracuse up in the Dome. I think Syracuse is a very good football team. They've kind of done the same thing we've done the last 2 weeks. They've lost a couple games that they could change 1 or 2 plays. They're sitting here probably as the leader in the conference right now. especially after their impressive win against West Virginia up there. They kind of blew West Virginia out of the stadium. This is a very talented team, a very physical team, and they're doing a lot of good things. When it starts, you start looking at them from an offensive standpoint. Their offensive line has about 80 starts. They returned 4 starters. They're very big, very physical, a very aggressive bunch up front. They're really playing well together. They have 2 receivers, a tight end and a receiver, that are both in the top 8 in the conference as far as receptions. And they have a very talented quarterback who seems like he's been there for a long time. I mean, but being a senior, he's playing really well and doing a lot of really good things for him right now. I think he's playing really well, their senior quarterback. On the defensive side of the ball, similar to what we did, similar to what we faced a week ago in Rutgers, or 2 days ago in Rutgers. A lot of pressure. They bring a lot of pressure. They're very physical. I think they have one of the best players in the league at free safety. He's leading their team in tackles. He's leading the league in interceptions with 6 interceptions. Very aggressive, active player. Their linebackers are new. They're not quite as big as they were last year, but they have more speed and athleticism at the linebacker level, and they're taking advantage of that with a lot of the pressure that they're doing trying to create disruption from an offensive standpoint. And then Chandler Jones, I think, again, is one of the better defensive ends in the league. At 6'5", 265, 70 pounds, he's an imposing figure out there on the corner, and you're going to have to game plan around him. You have to know where he is because he's a guy that can wreak havoc on your offense. So their special teams are solid. It'll be a great challenge for us. Talking to the team last night, we had a great workout in the weight room. Everybody's talking about where's their confidence come from right now. I have talked about this from the beginning of the year. I'm really impressed with the closeness of this team. I've really been impressed with the work habits of this team and the way they come to work each and every day. There is not, nobody's hanging their head, nobody's dragging around, moping around. Everybody hurts a little bit. As I told them, you have 24 hours to get it out of your system. It's gone. Let's pick ourselves up. Let's go back to work and let's do what we do. And to be this close, I think more than everybody hanging their hat, hanging their head and saying, okay, there's nothing left to play for. I think it's been that much more motivation to say, we're that close. I mean, we're that close. We got to go change 1 or 2 plays, and we're going to be able to have the opportunity to taste that victory, especially one on the road. But we just haven't been able to get it done. I think if we had 4 lopsided losses, maybe the mindset of this team would be a little bit different, that we're a long way off. But I said this to the football team, we're now sitting here 3 plays away from being 7-1 and probably the 15th ranked team in the country. You know, it's the difference between winning and losing is that close. And right now it's very fragile because it's a 1-play game, and that's one of the positive things about being in this league. There's a lot of great football, there's a lot of balance, there's a lot of parity, and each and every week it seems like these games are going to be determined by 1 play on offense, defense, or in special teams. And so as a staff, the only thing I know how to do is to tighten the circle, roll up our sleeves, and go to work on what we have to do to correct some of the mistakes and continue to get better. What questions can I answer?